This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat. Now, far we keeping a foot on the whoop, geeks. We keeping a foot on the whoop, geeks, and like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, man. Like the Siberian tiger that I am, I'm applying unlimited pressure. Because pressure does heat versus pipes. Let's talk about it. LeBron James is the epitome of losing. Let me say it again. LeBron James is the epitome of losing. When you think of LeBron James, you think of a loser. The reason being is because this guy has gone to the NBA Finals a whopping 10 times. But he's only won 4. And the 4 that he's won, all of them are luck questionable. Let me say it again. All of them are luck questionable. The first one, they had to basically ensure that Kevin Durant didn't go to the free throw line, that a Joel Anthony was able to go to the free throw line, a bench player, mind you, for the Miami Heat more times than the guy that was averaging 32 PPGs, a 50, 40, 90 walking gazelle. When have you ever heard this in the NBA pantheon of greatness in the NBA Finals? Guys putting up that gaudy stat alone and not hitting the free throw line. This is why Kevin Durant is the most efficient scorer basketball's ever fucking seen, because he was doing this not touching the free throw line. That's why it was so fucking impressive what he did. Could you imagine if he touched the free throw line 16 to 18 attempts per game? He'd be averaging 50 PPGs. But they didn't want that to happen because they knew if that happened, LeBron James would be exposed. Just add 18 points to Kevin Durant's average every game, and you tell me what the outcome would have been. It would have been a exposure. Now let's go to the second one. Basically, Chris Bosh's rebound to Ray Allen 3-point shot. If Tim Duncan wasn't taken out of the game, if they didn't do what was called a gooning, reffing, if they didn't do what was called a bought and a paid for situation, then we wouldn't be in a precarious situation where the San Antonio Spurs would have gotten exposed, and LeBron James would have been in a position where LeBron James would have won something. Again, a asterisk, involved in a damn situation. Let's go even further. See, we could keep going further with this. The third NBA title that LeBron James won for the land, for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Where was Kyrie Irving's Finals MVP? Where was Kyrie Irving's recognition for lashing up Stephen Curry, for ramalanging him, for being the razzling and dazzling Uncle Drew? What happened to Andrew Bogut? Didn't he go down with an injury? What happened to Draymond Green? The B word. Basically found him suspended at a most precarious situational time. Hence, LeBron James reaps the benefits of that situation. But a Draymond Green gets exposed by the situation. Isn't that a things that make you say, Isn't that a things that make you say, But in its most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth teller fashion, these are the asterisks that's associated with a Lefraud James. Now let's get to the fourth NBA Finals, where Lefraud James basically won a Mickey Mouse affair, a fraudulent, fluky, on-the-spot affair, a least path of resistance, an infinite Sukuyumi, an NBA pickup game like Scottie Pippen famously said. But he's LeBron James. No. He's Lefraud James. Let me say it again. They call him LeBron James, but in actuality, he is Lefraud James. Name me a time when LeBron James has won anything of credibility, of authenticity, of heavyweight lifting the notion, of any heavyweight lifting on his volition. You can't name one situation that way because Lefraud James has always been what he's been, a Lefraud James. So hence his 4 titles are even invalidated. Or let's contextualize it, invalidated. There's nothing about Lefraud James that tells you he is basically doing anything that makes sense. It's actually, in actuality, everything that this guy has done is irrelevant. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion if we're being honest with ourselves. But NBA fans don't want to be honest. They want to be biased. Let me say it again. They don't want to be honest. They want to be biased. because they've been adopted. They've been ingratiated. They've been basically what we would say filtrated into an ideology of what's called neuro-linguistic programming. This is basically to turn you into brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo heads. But those who have prescribed to the neuro-linguistic programming, those who have basically unctioned it and led it, they have to turn into brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo heads so that they can deliver you brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo head material. Because if they don't do this, if they don't basically allow their brains to get into the filtrational mindset of being this way, then what ends up happening is they can't deliver you guys this love participation award era. This is the era that we're in. It's the bullshit and it's the fuck shit at its truest and its most properest levels. LeBron James is the biggest lie they've ever told you, because look how He Knows Everything was eloquently able to debunk all of the wins. So hence, what is He Knows Everything finally telling you here? That LeBron James is 0 out of 10 NBA Finals averager. He's a 0%er. What I said was so deep and profound. So hear me and hear me motherfucking well. LeBron James is a 0 out of 10 NBA Finals averager and performer. He's a 0%er. Because the ones that he won, he doesn't get credit for. And the ones that he lost, he damn sure gets credit for. Let me say it again. The ones that he won, he don't get credit for. But the ones that he lost, he damn sure get credit for it. That's a 0%. So if you ask him, He Knows Everything, he will tell you that LeBron James is 0 out of 10 in NBA Finals averager and performer, which translates to 0%. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. And that's the cutthroat to fashion. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Oh, yeeks. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Oh, yeeks. This is He Knows Everything. Checking out.